talk about men's hockey. Um, Between the two of us, we've covered a lot of Penn State men's hockey. We've watched a lot of Penn State men's hockey. Can you remember a time where Penn State men's hockey has been this hurt? Would you be interested in playing Penn State men's hockey this season?
I think somebody might, not me, because I can't skate, let alone do that. But I was almost waiting for him to talk about having open tryouts for God. Well, it was the thing that didn't come up today at media for him or this week as you're listening, and it was hinted at early in the season. So, oh, this roster, things could always change. And in the back of my mind, I was like, at what point can you not bring in somebody from the CH? I mean, not that they would at this point, but man, I'm thinking, well, who did do you want to risk the lawsuit and see who you have who's eligible, who's still playing, who's riding a bench somewhere in the AHL to come back? No, they've never been this hurt. Top three centers that they started the season with, none of them are going to be here this weekend. Might not happen unless maybe Charlie Serrato gets back for postseason. So there's that. There's the other injury. Like no,
I
no.
was I was trying to like think about it just from the like that standpoint. Um, I went and looked. It was they are 7%. They have 7% less manpower than they did last year, which might not sound like a lot, but then when you like kind of crunch out the numbers, you think about like they they actually had a fewer guys this year, like all of these other things. Like I mean, certainly like the Charlie Serrato thing, obviously it has hurt them, and it's starting to show up. And why we bring this up now is because I think it showed up particularly more so on Saturday than it did on Friday. I thought they looked really good on Friday, and then Dane Doyak gets hurt, and kind of all she wrote on Saturday. And I think you know that was interesting. That's been interesting to watch, and like, can they get like that is the biggest question right now is can they get healthy enough to do anything come a month from now? And it'll be interesting and it'll be tough to see. I still have expectations of them. I think they need to split the Ohio State Spirit series, and I think they need to sweep probably that Notre Dame series, even if it is out there. And I think the Wisconsin series it would be disappointing if they didn't sweep that one as well, with the way Wisconsin season has trended. And you need some momentum going into the postseason as well. Um, no, I just
Especially in a year when the
yeah,
postseason has changed. I
right.
mean, the postseason was going to seem like it was going to be to their detriment because they might be at the top of the conference, but with the one game stuff in the postseason, that's not as friendly. I mean, maybe it'll help an injured team rest and get some people back if it gets to that point. But yeah, a year ago at this time, they had won four in a row and eight of their previous 10, and now they're sitting on four, three losses and a tie, and they haven't won because of the schedule being off since January 24th. So it's a little bit different feel. Coach Godowski was all the right things. Today's news conference touched on everything from Formula One, juggling and Formula One, to some football coach speak to I think his honesty of, hey, this is what it is. We're hurt. We got to play. Other people are hurt. I mean, I think that's what that's the messaging a coach has to have. Um, and I don't think it's BS. It's just it didn't feel possible for them to make the Frozen Four last year at a certain point, even maybe at this point yet, at this time of,
Right.
of, of late February. It feels the same, but for different reasons this year.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. I do think I was trying to read because I know this happened out at Arizona State. Greg Powers was talking about how the cap rolls on the not the cap rolls, well, the roster cap rolls
Mhm.
kind of have limited that. I haven't. I have to ask around, and maybe I don't know if you've heard anything, but I don't know what the process is, even for pulling one of the ACHA guys over, which they've done multiple times before. That I think because of that new roster role, the 26 you got are the 26 you got, and there's not
I
really
think that's
anything else
that's
you can do with it this year.
that's my understanding as well, and I think that's the challenge, right? It's just the ice time. It's balancing shifts. It's Yeah, and you've got some workhorses who probably want to be out there more than they should. That you're going to have to reel in and make sure they don't do more so you can keep them fresh for later in the game, later in the series if it's two game series. So it's for as much as Coach Godowski talks about it being up to the players once the puck drops and they got to do this. Going to be doing a lot of coaching the next couple of weeks in terms of managing things from
Lines and
Yes, exactly. Yep.
I mean, you had Casey Ahmed playing up, and you had Nick
Well, and
Masher
Nick
playing
Graves too.
in,
So
and like Chinder Graves playing up. Like it just was, yeah, it was interesting. It was I can't remember a time where they've been this injured.